Spoiler warning for Behemoth and Portal 2. I've wanted to make this video for a couple of months now, but every time I tried, something would happen that made it so I couldn't. Whether it was me getting sick, losing power, or even having the game randomly uninstall itself. But this week, I decided I was going to give it another shot, thinking that surely there was nothing left that could go wrong. So I downloaded the game, got an infinite loading screen, restarted my quest only to get another infinite loading screen, and only after uninstalling and reinstalling the game was I able to get another loading screen, which as it turned out, wasn't infinite, it just took 2 hours. But anyway, that's just a really long and drawn out way of saying this video is about Behemoth. Man, these pillars look so familiar, and yet I don't know where I've seen something like this before. It's just odd. Now that I've gotten further in the game, I'm starting to understand the lore a lot better. There's still things I don't know that I'm really looking forward to finding out, like who Trapper really is, or why he's still alive after all these years, or who the voice in your head is. It seems like she has a very similar arc to Gladys in Portal 2, where you slowly hear her start to remember her past. And every once in a while she'll drop a lore bomb like this.
In all the lands, there were no greater engineers than the miners of Mount Ivar. It was they who constructed the chains and armor that once forced the behemoths to serve as weapons of war.
What the fuck? There's a few things I didn't have time to talk about in the last video, like the combat. Last time I just said it reminded me of Swordsman, but after playing the game a bit more, I realized that it really isn't. It's like nothing I've ever played before. And it didn't help that for most of my first video, I didn't know about dodging or flipping your sword around, two of the most basic things to do in combat. Oh no! That was very explosive. Okay, right. Maybe I should have read the thing. And speaking of weapons, towards the beginning of the second Behemoth hunt, you get a bow that shoots infinite light arrows, kind of like Zelda's bow in Breath of the Wild. And to be honest, after I got this bow, I barely use the sword anymore. My gosh, the guys who attacked these people must have been like snipers. Look at that, headshots all the way. Something that the second hunt does a lot is these cutscene-esque parts, where something really cinematic happens. Like, right at the beginning, the Bat Behemoth drops a mercenary 10 stories onto a spike. And it's great because not only does it give you a little bit of a jump scare, but it also foreshadows the fight at the end. All in all, this fight has a very different feel to the first one. In the first one, you only see the Behemoth a couple times before fighting it, but in this one, you cross paths with the Behemoth many times, and it actually kind of feels like the Behemoth is running away from you. Ah, right. Well, here we go. Except for the part in the elevator. That's one of the most scary and cool parts in any VR game I've ever experienced. I actually covered my ears. I actually remembered to cover my ears. Oh, no. Oh, it's just like Bone Lab. And one of the other coolest VR experiences I've had was the final fight with this Behemoth. Something about having to physically cover your ears when the bat screeches at you is so fun and immersive. And just when I thought the fight was already one of the best things I've ever seen, the game made me hop on the Behemoth's back, and the rest of the fight took place in the sky, where I had to crouch to not get pushed by the wind and hold on as the Behemoth tilted side to side. This is so awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. This fight is maybe one of my favorite boss fights in any video game, VR and flat screen. What? Oh my gosh. Whoa, ho, 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 ho. Whoa, okay. And also, right before I stopped playing, the game dropped a Luke, I am your father type lore bomb on me. Except it was more of a Ren, I am your father type situation. Because guess what? Trapper's your father. I'm sure most people saw this coming from like a mile away, but I didn't. I mean, I still think that he's probably a bad guy somehow, but I guess I'll probably find out next time I play. Something that I found very odd is that it feels like nobody's making videos on Behemoth anymore. Or any of the new big VR games for that matter. The only one people still talk about is Blade and Sorcery. And that wasn't even a full game, it was just an update. But anyway, if you like this video and you want to see another one by me, I have another Behemoth video, and I genuinely hope you have a good day, and you know, if you're having a bad day, I really hope that gets better. But thank you to the original people who joined my Discord server: Cheez-It, King Arthur, Alfie, Catachu, Chicken, Daybreak, Eve Music, John Dragon Ball, Leah Jack, Marco Sec, Shalonk, Tab Twin, Virtual Moldavite, Zero, and Ethan. Something new that I'm doing is I'm just going to select one random person from the Discord server to give a shout out to each week. But anyway, thank you all for being there, and I will see you in the next one. Shoot. That's a big boy. That's a really big boy. Oh my gosh. That's the biggest behemoth. My goodness.